So the whole contract situation with the Golden State Warriors is interesting. So Jordan Poole's, we'll talk. I have another video out about the 4-year, $120 million baseline that they're giving. Our man Jordan Poole, he might be getting RJ Barrett money, but Klay Thompson's a wait and see. Draymond Green wants to get paid because he took less money for Kevin Durant to come here than Kevin Durant left. So Draymond Green stayed being underpaid. Okay, Andrew Wiggins is making $33 million, and he continues to play that for an entire season of how he played in the NBA playoffs and finals. He's going to be a max guy, and supposedly they're only going to keep Andrew Wiggins if he takes money, in the 20s, so like 27, 28, 29. They don't want to pay him more than $30 million a year because you guys don't realize for every $1 million they're over the luxury tax, they have to pay $1 million is the equivalent to 8 to 9 million luxury tax fines, so that they're over. So with that being said, if Jordan Poole is getting paid, let's talk about all this information. I want to hear your thoughts. Who do you think is going to stay? I personally think Jordan Poole and Andrew Wiggins should stay. Let's try to, I obviously want to keep everyone together, and Klay Thompson seems like the type of guy to take the least, take a pay cut or take less money, but take a longer contract to stay. Draymond, I could see him, but I also have a video about, Draymond Green and the smoke screen. But basically, let's talk about this. This is what Draymond Green said. I'm not one to let conversations about my future or what I'm going to do next year or what someone else is going to do. I don't get off into that. I don't like to let contract drama linger, especially when it's involving me. Quite frankly, what other people do with their contracts, or if you're going to let a contract situation linger, then you better be damn sure that you're willing to handle all the effects of a contract lingering that it could have on a team, end quote. Now, with that being said, the interesting part is Anthony Slater told Mike Scotto of HoopsHype that on an Andrew Wiggins potential extension, he says, I don't think it's as likely as Poole. With their public messaging, they've made it clear their top priority has been Poole. I think that sat over the Draymond Green situation too. Draymond came out on media day and said he doesn't think he's getting an extension done, despite the fact we know that he wants one. There you go. Situation. What is going to happen? Who's going to stay? And the thing is this is what came out. Even though we know Draymond Green wants contract extension, it's probably not going to happen. We know Klay Thompson's got a lot of money coming towards him. Meanwhile, Bob Myers is saying that they were meeting with Jordan Poole's reps, and Wiggins is kind of in the middle of that. If he was willing to take what would be considered a team-friendly extension, he's sitting around $33 million this season, and it's been said that if he was willing to take a slight pay cut and go into the 20s, then the Warriors would be down to talk and make a deal. Because, like I previously mentioned, every $1 million to them is $8 or $9 million with how deep into the repeater tax they are. With how well Wiggins played on the stage, where he proved he can be a winning component on both ends of the court, be a complete two-way player, he's got to think his value is near max if he's heading into the open market. While Klay Thompson, he's extension eligible too. He's the fourth of these really big pillars that are, their contracts. And there's no buzz about that. It hasn't really happened. No one's talking about it. But basically, we all know that Klay Thompson's on this big deal. Sorry, I hit the microphone. Is on this big deal around $41 million a year. He's in a wait and see mode. He wants to see if he can play himself into another big deal. The training staff has told him typically a year, two off an Achilles or ACL tear is a better season than it was a year ago. He had a good finals, defended better than he had in the playoffs. The shot's obviously still there. He can't defend Ja Morant like he once was able to when he was 28. The lateral quickness has been sapped by the injuries. Though he's a local legend, the fan base does not want to see Klay Thompson wear another jersey, so there's a far away chance from him actually being a free agent. But there's so many decisions having to happen with Poole, Wiggins, and Draymond that it is a wait and see mode, because will Klay still be good from 2 years ago? We don't know, and he wants to prove that he's somewhere still good. And I think that's the whole thing. I think Klay will stay, and he's the type of guy that, I think it's like $80 million they have to pay him over the next 2 years. Maybe he goes you can pay me that $80 million over 4 years and just split the money up into 2 extra years, and he turns it into a 4 contract. Or maybe he gives himself another deal. But I definitely think it's interesting to see. And we all want to see Klay stay there. I think Klay's the most likely to stay. I'm hoping Wiggins. It just seems like Draymond's leaving. If there was anyone who's leaving, 100% chance that that's going to happen, it's a Draymond Green. And it's just, he seemed, because they have kind of his replacement in Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody, and James Wiseman, and Patrick Baldwin. They got to usher in the new era. And I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I've been sleeping on my shoulder terribly, and it's been pissing me off. But either way, that's the video, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy. Like and subscribe.